Hey guys, and welcome to Deku Tarot. I realized I did not have the date of the Taurus full moon right. I thought for some reason the 12th was Monday. Classic Mercury retrograde. It is not. It is Tuesday. So we're going to do the daily live today and have a little bit of fun, okay? So if you want to join, or watch it later, watch it later. But we're going to talk a little bit about the astrology here, starting off just because we have a really interesting thing going on with Mercury and the Sun here. We have Mercury transiting the Sun today, and it's actually moving in front of the Sun. So you might even be able to see a tiny little dot move in front of the Sun at some points, depending on where you are. I don't know 100% on that one, and I don't really feel like staring at the Sun, but I'm going to read what my little Astro Moon Diary here says about it, because I think it's a little bit interesting, and I don't think it's going to be happening again. It says until November 2032. Wow. So, observe Mercury as it moves across the Sun's disk, begins at 7:35 a.m. and ends at 13:04 p.m. For the first time since 2016, Mercury will pass in front of the Sun, casting a small black silhouette in front of the solar disk. This phenomenon won't happen again until November 2032. Mercury passes between the Earth and Sun about every 116 days. However, because Mercury's orbit is inclined at 7 degrees to the Earth-Sun plane, it usually passes to one side of the Sun. The safest way to observe is by using a telescope or binoculars to project the Sun onto a surface. So actually they have a little picture here, and I'll show you guys. You can like pause it and look at it and maybe build one if you want. But they have this little thing that kind of tells you, how to look at it, maybe with a telescope or with binoculars here. I know it's a little bit backwards, but hopefully that'll be helpful. So let's get into your reading for the day, guys. If you haven't, do check out your November readings. Pisces, Cancer, Gemini, and Libra will all be up later today. So I'm really excited to show you guys those. We finished them up yesterday, and I'll be putting them out later today. Let's see what the energy is for you guys today, the day before the Taurus full moon. I feel like this is going to be a very good full moon. I mean, I feel most full moons have the capacity to bring in a lot of good energy. I think this will be a greatly stabilizing full moon here. And I think that this thing that's going on with Mercury and the Sun here is going to give us a really interesting window into the past. So let's see what comes up for you guys today, how today will be playing out. Wow, okay, 2 cards out, and I'm not surprised because this whole season has been 2 of Swords energy here. We see the 2 of Swords coming out. And for those of you wondering, this is my Morgan Greer Tarot, and do you want to know what the other card that just came out with it is? Oh, okay, 2 of Swords and the Tower. So we're kicking it off nice and hot here. And we're going to see how this one plays out. Let me make sure I have my chat up so I can actually see. Okay, there we go. Hi. See, I didn't have it set up right. I don't do live very often because I find it a little bit complicated for someone like me. But hey, nice to see ya. I'm going to make sure that that's all set actually before. We're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Hey. Hi, Les. All right, so here we go. Let's continue on here. So 2 of Swords, the Tower. I definitely feel that some decisions are going to be made here. New ideas are being born. I do feel there's a significant moment here where things are changing, that's for sure. And, dailies can be energies that aren't just today. It can be, tomorrow. See, there we go. That's better. Thank you so much for saying that. And hi, Angel. There we go. Now I can see the chat. It's all set. Let's see what this Tower moment is bringing in for y'all today, because this is something. 7 of Wands, 8 of Wands. Interesting. Knight of Pentacles. Let's take a deeper look here, especially at this 2 of Swords, because the 2 of Swords has been around a lot lately. I feel like this card has come out in almost every monthly read and almost every daily lately. And it's been really interesting, whether it's upright or reverse, decisions have to be made. And when the Tower comes up here right after the 2 of Swords, this feels quite significant. So we're going to pull a clarifier here, actually, Two of Swords, the Tower here. Let's clarify with the Hobbit deck. How is this Tower coming into our lives today? The Tower is often a very disruptive moment that comes usually from an outside source, an outside endeavor, something like that. And it's always quite surprising, quite shocking, obviously, because there's usually two people being thrown from the tower. So for a lot of people in relationships, this could be a big fight, a big disagreement. If we have been sitting on the fence about something, we might find that today is the day we're standing up and saying exactly how we feel. Let's check out, though, what's coming out here. Let's clarify this Two of Swords and Tower energy. We're getting the Three of Wands, so it does push us forward. I will say that it does help in some aspect here. I do think it gives you whatever is happening today with this Tower moment. It is giving you a fighting power in terms of communication, in terms of pushing forward, especially towards new goals having to do with career, work, stability. Ooh, I like it. Again, success. There we get Six of Wands. So Three of Wands, the Six of Wands here. We have success underneath this all. So yes, the Tower might come in a little bit disruptively. And I do think it comes in a way that we're not expecting. With the Two of Swords, Three of Wands, it feels like something that is showing up that maybe we didn't fully expect or we didn't see coming. And yet, if we had been a little bit more present, been a little bit more on top of whatever this decision is, we would have seen it coming in. So let me see what this has to do with here. The Tower, the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands, sevens for me are always kind of pushing through. They're a moment where we are being called to do something here. You know, whether it's, sifting through those 7 cups, whether it is sneaking off with those swords or, taking those, knocking that person on their butt there and seeing what kind of swords they were trying to sneak off with. Seven of Wands in retrospect here is more about giving something a fighting chance, giving it all you've got here. Fighting for yourself, defending yourself. It can be a card of a lot of defense, less so for me than the Nine of Wands, but the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, we're moving forward in some way here that feels a lot more measured, stable. I don't know why I can't pick these up, and good here. Because we do have that Knight of Pentacles, and he's not exactly an exciting guy. He's not exactly an exciting knight by any means, but that energy will take you farther. It will take you longer, and it gives you a lot more stability in the long term. He talks about long-term goals, long-term success. He's not in it for a second and then giving it up. He is in it for the long haul. So let's take a look here about what this all has to do with today. Ooh, the World. And tomorrow with that full moon, I'm not surprised that this is coming up like this. Do check out your full moon in Taurus reading. I have it timestamped for all of the signs, guys. We pull a card for each sign. But yeah, we're on the cusp of new beginnings. And I'm not surprised to see either of these cards here as well. When you get the World and the Ace of Wands, we have significant new beginnings. A chapter is closing out and a new one is here for us. This is big energy. This is really good energy here. Whenever I see the World, we're, achieving major goals, becoming really, really, really happy in terms of where we're getting to, in terms of prosperity, success. There is a moment where, it just feels like yes, like this is a yes moment when you're holding up, when you have the Six of Wands before it, the World, and then the Ace of Wands. This feels like success. It feels good. This is something that we have been working for a long time. Today, we might feel a bit of a push through. Something might come up here that asks us to put in that last bit of effort, to do that one last thing, that asks us to, reach out. If this is applying for jobs, if this is reaching out to your dream job, it's saying, yes, it's time to do it. You got to go for it. You got to put in that effort, or else you might not see that new beginning. You might not see, exactly what you wanted, which is work. So again, this for me feels like a work-focused reading. If you've been trying to find a career, an opportunity, a job, I would say something, I don't know if it's something that's very much outside of you that comes in, something very unexpected, but it does feel, for some of you, like that next step, like they're calling you for a next step for a job. What is going to happen with Virgo and Libra? I mean, this is just a general reading, so you can take it as you may. But Virgo is actually up for the November reading if you want to check that out as well. But Eight of Pentacles here. This has to do with something that we've been working towards. And I think for a lot of you, it also has to do with jobs, work, all that fun stuff. And you know what? We're going to actually pull for one last deck here. These are big energies today, and I feel for some reason the Ethereal Visions has something to add to all of this here. But this is good. This feels like new chapters in terms of work, new energy. If you have not had the energy to go for something, it kind of feels like this Taurus full moon energy that we're sitting in right now is kind of kicking your butt towards, you know, time to get this done, time to do this, time to put in some effort. We do have 2 8s in this reading. 8s are building forward, movement forward. Let's get anything else that needs to come out about this energy today. What else do they need to know for today? Before we get a couple of oracles. The Well. Oh my God, this is the perfect card to come out today. This is one of the only cards that was created actually by the artist. And I know it's really hard to see because live, for some reason, obscures the video quality, makes it poor. So thank you, YouTube, for making everybody suffer because somebody wants to go live. YouTube is kind of crappy. I'm going to say that out loud now, and they'll probably punish me later. But the Well. The Well, and I wish I could show it to you guys, but apparently now I can't because of the lighting. The Well is beautiful. It's like a cistern. There's a woman right next to it who kind of represents Gaia. And the Well talks about the place where all things begin, the place where we're allowed to create our new future. So the world and Gaia together, the world and the Well together feel very good. This feels wonderful, and it feels like what's being created from this is work or routines. I mean, it could be either of these things, even physical health routines, you know, new way of going about stuff that's going to work out for the future, that works out in a much better way, that we can put our energy into and know it's going to work, know we're going to see results. And again, for a lot of you, like I'm going to say one last time, this definitely feels like a career change or a career shift here. That is what we have been working towards, what we have been fighting for. We're getting communication on it here today. And I do feel like it's kind of a back and forth communication. It feels very good. Regardless, there's momentum towards wherever it is you've been trying to head. Do not be afraid to push through today. Do not be afraid to put in that extra effort to really go for it, okay? So let's pull a couple of oracles. Let's pull a romance oracle for love here. I don't go live that often, but maybe I will more. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And with that Tower moment, I don't think that you're going to be able to ignore whatever your signs have been trying to caution you about. I do think that this is a moment where it's going to become very obvious. If this is a love situation, you know, there's going to be a fight or something that goes on here. There is a Tower moment. A decision needs to be made, and it's, do we push forward or do we not? For a lot of you, it feels more like pushing forward. It feels like being able to communicate, even if it's difficult. The 7 of Wands says it's time to fight for what is important to you. 6 of Wands and the world, the Well, you know, the Ace of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, it all feels very good. It feels like things kind of flow from there, but you are being asked today to fight for what really means to you, you know, what really has meaning to you in terms of career, in terms of a relationship. Should you make a wish at 11:11? Yes, go for it. I always say that. But 11:11 is also a sign to pay attention, to be present from our higher self, from spirit in general, whatever it is that you reach out to. It's a sign to show for our ancestors, for our guides, for whoever's on the other side, spirit, all of it, to kind of say, I'm here for you. I'm supporting you through this. Even if you feel alone right now, even if it feels confusing, be present in the moment and look around you and really take notice of what's going on. It could be a lot more important than you would originally, you know, realize or notice. Pay attention to the red flags. So again, the signs are cautioning you today. There is caution to be taken, especially when the day starts off with 2 of Swords, the Tower. We have something that really kicks all of this energy off, and that is that Tower moment. Let's look at this Halloween oracle here. And the Tower moment shows up as many things for me in my life. Sometimes it's something that's mildly surprising. Sometimes it's a big fight. And other times it feels like a very shocking, sudden offer or communication that really throws us off. So for some of you, it might be, hey, we want to offer you this job, but we need you to do this. Or, hey, I want to give you, you know, this raise, or I want to give you something that's really wonderful here that kind of opens up a huge door for you, but you need to push through in some way. You're being asked to do something or to correct something, to fix something. Let's see what we get here. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. And with that Taurus full moon, that's coming up tomorrow. Do check out that reading, guys. I definitely feel this energy of pausing, needing a kind of a break. Full moons, new moons are kind of exhausting. And when necessary, you know, when it gets to be too much for you, please take a break, rest, sit with the energy, just kind of open up to it and see what comes through. For this Taurus full moon, I would say please surrender to the energy, to everybody. Surrender. Because Uranus and Taurus that's the only way to deal with it. You just got to surrender and let it do what it's going to do. So, should the Winter card appear to you, it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back, take real action to change those things. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, release it. And I think that that's really what's coming up here. So if you guys have known that there's been an issue, a problem, an addiction, addictive behaviors even that you've needed to release, the universe will throw it in your face if you haven't made the decision to let go of something, to choose to go about something a different way today. You don't want to make the universe put on its big boy pants and come and knock you over here. So make the decisions that you need to. Choose to fight for something. Choose to put in that last ditch amount of effort there. All right, and pay attention to any red flags that are trying to caution you about where you're being held back. Do check out the Taurus full moon reading, guys. If you want to, please subscribe. Oh my God, what is my English problems here? Ugh. Mercury retrograde is still killing me with my words. Do make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Do make sure to share the videos if you like them. Definitely check out your November readings. Again, Libra, Gemini, Cancer, and Pisces will all be up later today. So get excited if you are any of those signs and I've been waiting for your reading. They're going to be up later. And if you want to book a private reading, guys, all that information is right below this video in the description box. Thanks, as always, for joining me, and thank you for all of your support, guys. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Namaste. Thank you all. Let's see how we end this now.